It's a throw.
It's a down yet, though.
It's a throwaway.
It's a throwaway.
It's a throwaway. You can use it later. I'll give it to you if you want it. No.
I got something for you.
Snip it
I'm going
right
to throw
out.
it out there?
Yeah.
You can take it if you want, or you can give it right back. Give it right back.
Feeling hellish good.
So let's just
So
keep
we're
on
gonna
drinking.
That's right.
There we go. See, you were able to tie that back in.
That's right.
That worked out well.
It worked out all right.
It worked out very well. And unbeknownst to, I guess, me, because I didn't quite fully realize it, not only is it New Belgium Week, it's also
That's
Lager
true.
Week.
Okay, it is Lager Week.
Yeah, so I just kind of realized that when we brought in the next
It is a
offering.
lager, though?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, Hoppy Bock lager. Okay.
Yeah, see?
But
Look at that.
Yeah, okay.
And it's also a brand new line of beers from New Belgium, so that's very exciting as well.
You couldn't even find it on their website.
Yeah, not even on their website. Had to look at press releases and some other things, but we'll get to that in a minute. Along with everything else for this Give It a Shot, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com, and well, at least right for this beverage, we are on the leading edge of
we are
letting you know about it, and it is the Hoppy Bock Lager. It's their new series they have called Hop Kitchen. It's it's got all kinds of different things in it. It's made with rye. It's a well. First, let's backtrack just a second. It's a Maibach Helles Bock,
right. German style kind of beer.
style, made with rye, and then a couple of funky hops that you recognize some of those, right?
Yeah, this one. I think this one had the Pearl right in it, and the Fuggle and the Hallertau, which are all German kind of earthy hops. You know, usually used sometimes wheat beers. You see them in there, different things like that. But they're going to have 4 of these different beers. So this is obviously seasonal to some extent, and you've even had this for a couple weeks, and it's still kind of hard to find information.
I got it.
So and not too pricey either.
No, $4.79 for the 22 ounce, and that. Well, anytime I see New Belgium, especially like their different labels like that, which this isn't their Lips of Faith series. Obviously, it's their Hop Kitchen series, but it grabbed my attention.
Yeah,
and then I saw the price, and then I was like, "Well, what is this?" And I saw rye, which I like to try.
You're always excited about the rye,
and then it said loaded with hops, and then I always like to see how, especially when something is a Bock, which means malt. I always like to see how that's going to be balanced out with the hops. So
it's nice to see that you weren't frightened away.
So here we. Oh no.
Okay.
So here we. Well, it says Hop Kitchen.
That's
so here we are.
Yeah,
with,
here we are.
Hoppy Bock Lager.
And everything else they're going to be doing is going to be kind of IPA like in this series. The next one is going to be let's see. I was looking here. It's going to be another IPA. The next one after that's going to be a fresh hop IPA, and then the final one is going to be some sort of throwback hop beer with hops that were had some necessity or some use in the 80s and 90s that were big in the 80s and 90s.
So
that's
they're
what I was
going
looking for.
to raid Budweiser's.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know
Hop
what
library.
that means. Like 1980s hops. Like what is that? Is that like the Vinnie Barbarino hop or something like that? Or like
That'd be the 70s.
what's in there in the 70s?
But still, yeah.
I mean, it's like maybe they actually not popular in the 80s and 90s, but just stuff that they have had at
From the 80s and 90s.
at their warehouse since the 80s and 90s.
Aged hops.
We never used up that whatever in the
Let's
back.
throw 'em in and see if we can do anything.
I don't know if that's a hop anymore. It's more of like a mold. It's penicillin. That's what they'll call it. But this is awesome. Like the rye part always excites me as well. So that's pretty awesome.
Well, because one of the things we're enjoying again this time of the year is the
talk to it.
the Sierra Nevada
the Ruthless Rye,
which is the delicious IPA.
A delicious IPA, good value, just good everything. That's just I love that beer, so good. I wish that was year round. Hint.
They can do it. We just need one of those glasses.
Yeah, I mean, I love
IPA glasses.
I really love those. That their seasonals are really good. Not to get off on another brewery, but man, I mean, in the Narwhal.
Yes, that was very successful, and for me, at least, departure from what I usually expect from Sierra Nevada.
Oh, agreed.
That was a darker deliciousness. Move these out of the way.
Done with your keys.
Done with the keys.
Done with the keys.
Wow, did they put shift in there?
Yeah, actually, I think this is even lighter.
It might be a little bit lighter than that, and the carbonation's even a little less. I'd say not much, but a little bit less.
Yeah, very very light. It is the color that I'd expect out of a Maibach, though.
Yeah, no, that's true. All I get is like a little hint of like dust, almost like not dust but dirt.
Well, that's the hops.
Okay.
Yeah, the hops are going to be earthy like that.
Okay,
Definitely.
so I've got some dry earth.
I'm getting that, and I'm also getting just that light kind of spice. Sometimes you get out of a Maibach that kind of.
There's a high note.
Clove is too far, but it's that kind of but very far backed off. But that light spice sometimes you get out of that's done well. This is very nice balance. I like this a lot.
Am I getting a little bit of the rye? Is there a little bit?
I think there's a hint of a sour note in there, a little kind of a hint of a rye bread sourdough kind of thing going on in there as well. But all very, light, very light aromatics. Like nothing's really knocking me over, which I wouldn't want out of like I said, this should be refreshing as well. This is, I think of these usually as summertime beers, to some extent, spring, summer, that kind of thing.
Yeah. There's like a lot and nothing going on at the same. I mean, at least for me, like I said, I am limited right now. I would say, I had a little bit on the way over, and then sometimes the animal kingdom will contribute. Sometimes it doesn't always happen to me, but sometimes it does here. I get some flavors, but I cannot pick them out right now, unfortunately. So I'm deferring.
Oh, it's deferring to me.
Yeah, it's not like, I mean, definitely there. I'm getting something, and I'm not, and I like what I'm tasting.
Yeah,
but I unfortunately I can't pick it out right now.
I think you have to be in the mood for this beer and this kind of style, but I think this is delicious. There's like wonderful earthiness going on in here, which I like. That can be like, some people might think it's kind of funky. Like it's not like Brett funky, like Brettanomyces, like that kind of thing. But there's a little bit of like an earthy, damp barnyard kind of thing going on. A little bit of that, a little bit of the spices I think are coming through more in the flavor.
And that's probably from the rye. Right?
Not spiciness.
Oh, not spicy.
No, like spices, like the clove, that clovey sweet.
Okay.
But there is some rye spice in there too. There is some.
I think that's the one thing I can get.
There is some rye sour heft to the body and to that kind of like a sour kind of wall that kind of brings everything to the back of the palate. But then there's definitely like some of those sweet. Almost like, not gingerbread's too much, or like a spice cake kind of thing, that kind of thing where you're getting the sweet, but then you get those hints of cinnamon and nutmeg and some of that stuff in there. Very light in there, but that is really good. That is quite delicious, and it's still to me refreshing. It's a little heavier than what we had earlier in the week, obviously, even though they're both lagers. So this definitely has a lot more flavors and character going on, but
I don't pick up on a lot of maltiness. Usually malty would come through even in this.
The malt to me is just the sweet part of it. And like I said, I think, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think balance it. Yeah, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Balance, like I said, but it's not too heavy in that maltiness and sweetness. That is delicious, and especially at $5.
Yeah.
I'm going to run out and get a couple of these. This is really good. I like this one.
That was what really surprised me, was the price. At least not having tried it, just by reading it, and one of their series, usually they're like their Lips of Faith, that you don't find any of those for cheaper than $9.
I was going to say.
So maybe this is more of a value or whatever they're going for. But yeah, no, I like, from what I can get, not getting full appreciation. I'll definitely buy another one of those to have on a slightly less clogged day.
Jim Morrison would approve of this hop kitchen. He'd want to sleep all night in this hop kitchen. I don't know.
Yeah, approving?
Yeah.
Picture of Jim Morrison.
Yeah, that's
put a little picture of the bottle in it. Somehow find a picture of him. Like this.
One of the ones where he's got his hand out like this, but then just put the bottle sitting. Yeah, I don't know. Oh man, but I think that is really good. I think that is really, like I said, kind of have to be in the mood. Sometimes, we talk about our caveats and things like that. I wouldn't just. This beer is not for everybody, just because those hops are different. They are more toward the earthy, pungent kind of thing. So you have to want to have that.
Yeah.
But I think they do a very well balanced, aroma with that. The aroma and the flavors on the palate, I think, are really good. So, yeah, that's really tasty. 2 for 2.
Oh, and from New Belgium as well.
Oh my gosh. Mind
blown. New Belgium may have won Andrew back over.
Yeah, they have won.
They're back on the good side.
Well, I tell you, I'm now very excited for the rest of the series. Although the other 3 on the outset, you can come back and look at this video once we get to try those next ones. But from the outside looking in, those seem a little more mundane. Like where they can
80s, 90s hop one.
I guess that one. All
that
right.
is, yeah, right.
But the other 2, a fresh hop IPA,
right,
and just another IPA with using specific ones.
Yeah,
those to me seem to be sometimes where they stumble. It's like they almost don't want to go too far, and they want to stay mainstream enough, because those are anyone sees an IPA, they have to have certain expectations. So I don't know if that seems to be like where they fall,
And
like with some of their other things.
They do have a new IPA out too. I saw that when I was there. It's a different one. It's not the Ranger. It's not what were the other ones that we didn't like? The Belgo or no, not Bel. That was that.
Well, that one's not good either, but that's a triple.
But yeah, they've got another IPA, and I can't remember. It was like well, I would hope that won't be on their website. It was in a 6-pack, but I almost got that, but I was like,
They just, if there's something about, like I said, and not that everything has to be a hop monster or something like that, but there's I don't know. There's just something, at least for me, that just always fall a little short. Not that they're ever like, gross or anything like that, but they just fall short.
Not what you're looking for, yeah.
Right, but this one blew away my expectations, so that's
nice.
That is definitely a good thing. And more good things are what is on tap at AboutBeverages.com. That is the place where you can find the tasting notes for this beer, along with where it hits on our recommendation scale. And definitely, while you're there, check out everything we've got. We still have a poll question up.
I was going to say, are we announcing the winner yet, or we're going to go?
No, we're going to leave that up for one more week. See if we can get a few more responses to that about what our next full-length podcast will be, where we really get in depth on something. Try usually anywhere from 3 to 5 different things of that. We've got, what do we have in the poll? I've got kombucha. That was something that you're interested in.
Springtime beer.
We've got springtime beer. We've got Take a Cab, so we'll do something all about Cabernets.
Oh, and coffee.
And we also have coffee, specifically Guatemalan coffee. I thought we could
try it at roast temperature.
Yeah, we've got about 4 different roast temperatures that we do at Arbuckle Coffee. We can kind of try those, see how beans develop, see what kind of flavor comes out, and how that goes. So that's another thing for you to check out on the site.
Go vote.
Go vote. But whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.